Yeah, and as far as this matchup goes, I want to say it's in Cassiopeia's favor just because Cassiopeia is ridiculous in the 1v1. Very, very abusive laner. A little bit immobile, so vulnerable to being ganked. Just kidding. It's a solo king tournament, so in the 1v1...
All right. Welcome back, guys, to the second half of the brackets here between BlisS and Hachani. We do have Marin and Peekaboo to come up after this best of 3 to see who goes into the semis. But to start off, normally we get the laughs in the mid, but Hachani wants none of that. He just wants to win, so kind of just throwing out a bit of damage there. But he'll finally start to have some fun with it. Amiga, joining me here is Rapid, or Rapid Casting, whatever I call him. And we're gonna see a very heavy poke lane this time around.
Yeah, not your traditional amount of poke from Cassiopeia. If you land poison, and there's the first amount of poison being landed, it's actually going to keep stacking up Cassiopeia's passive, which, when you get enough stacks, will actually give her a few bonuses. Early on, of course, just gives her a little bit of ability power and the ability to heal off of Twin Fangs, which can really turn that lane around when you get that stacked up.
Yep, and what I thought was going to be Hachani with biscuits is actually BlisS with biscuits. So the Cassiopeia will have a little bit of burst healing that he can get from those when he does use them the first time. Also, it's a TP Ignite Cassiopeia against the TP Barrier Karma.
A little bit of trivia. Did you know, Egad, what the name of Cassiopeia's passive is?
I don't know.
It's the aspect of the serpent. I can't believe you would know that. Oh, Hachani, revealing his positioning off to the side, does narrowly dodge out there from the Noxious Blast, but going to start getting hit by more and more of those. Ward placed out in the mid lane, kind of just for style points at this point, and BlisS looking for the shove to get that early Twin Fangs.
Oh, wow. Using that early mantra tune. Actually, only hitting that creep that was in the front, blocking him just a bit. Kind of hurts the lane a little bit. It pushes it out just a little bit faster, but you know, Cassiopeia has no problem just neutralizing that with the poison.
Yeah, and while it will be a relatively low CS score right now, double the CS for BlisS. Okay, well, now it's only a was a 25% advantage, but you get the idea. BlisS at this point, with that hitting level 2, is really going to signal a huge power spike for him. Now, keep in mind, this is patch 5.2 on the Korean server, so that means that Cassiopeia has, you know, the nerfed mana cost to her Twin Fangs now cost actually a bunch of mana, but look at that damage going down there. BlisS empties his mana pool, just look at how fast that drains.
That's actually ridiculous. This is my first time actually seeing the new Cassiopeia in effect, and that was actually pretty cool to see. I didn't know it would come out like rapid fire like that. That makes her like really able to just like lay into people. Yeah,
there's a lot of damage behind it, but like we mentioned earlier, it takes so much mana to use effectively, and you can even see if BlisS is using Twin Fangs to CS at this point. So while yes, that's going to give him the CS that he needs, it's also going to take mana that he does not need to be spending.
Yeah, once he gets some Zoran Strings though, he should be okay to keep this Twin Fang harass out there.
Well, should be and will be can be very different situations, so we'll...
Okay, it will be enough.
Alright, well, at least I hope so. BlisS coming out into this, not with the fan boat, but, oh, look at the tether, gonna land? No, it's not going to latch. BlisS able to retreat to his turret in time, but a good job by Hachani to push him underneath there.
Yeah, I gotta say, Hachani definitely utilizing the fact that BlisS had no mana at the time, just keeping control of how many mantras he uses and such. Coming forward, BlisS though, look at this. This is so aggressive right now. Get it, drop the ignite, Twin Fangs, everything not gonna force the barrier though. So Hachani keeping an eye on that mana pool once again.
Yeah, but BlisS once again, yeah, with no mana, not able to finish off the kill. And that's something that Hachani knows. If the mana bar was like magically stealthed and your opponent couldn't see it, then maybe Hachani would be a little bit more afraid, but he knows BlisS only has enough room for just a small amount of offensive skills here. His health bar, his mana bar, both very, very low, and actually might be Hachani there. It lands the tether. He's a solar flare. Oh, one auto attack, not solar flare.
He should have dove that.
Inner
100%.
Flare. But yeah, immediate flash in there, but oh wait, doesn't have flash, so dive opportunity is just a little bit lower than you'd otherwise imagine.
So you have the barrier, man. You just gotta dive with the flow. So go with it. Keep everything balanced.
And we're starting to see Teleport Barrier be kind of the preferred summoner spell combo of choice here. It allows you to get back to base for early buys, and it also will allow you to get back to lane if you do wind up dying early anyway. So, or not dying early, but being forced out of lane. If you die, then the game's over.
Yeah, if you die, it's pretty much just worthless. So, yeah, they're both going back. Oh, he popped barrier by accident. Oh, Hachani.
Oh, no. I think Hachani
no.
meant to teleport back to the turret, but he hit the wrong summoner spell and actually used barrier instead.
That's rough.
Crucially enough, BlisS does not know that. So BlisS is going to be calculating that barrier as a possibility, and that could definitely be, I would say, an advantage versus BlisS, or versus, yeah, BlisS, but still not having the inhibitor in the first place is not going to be where you want to be.
Alright, I mean, the mind games are on. Let's see if Hachani can kind of sell this fake for a little bit. But the miasma, the poison, everything's coming through. He can't push out the waves. There's no way you have enough inner flames to come out that fast. And I mean, at this point, BlisS could be going for the tower game or the last hit game.
Interesting to see. You can see BlisS went for triple Doran's rings, but doesn't have any potions. Doesn't actually really need potions, considering how much health he's most likely going to get back from just throwing out these twin fangs. And of course, you can see now with 100 and I think 100 stacks on his aspect of the serpent, he will finally be able to heal himself off of using the twisted or twin fangs.
The twisted advance.
No, it's not Maokai. He is in fact just Cassiopeia. And by just Cassiopeia, I mean, oh, by the way, one of the strongest champions in 1v1 situations anyway. When you don't have to worry about the jungler. Like, getting hard engaged on is Cassiopeia's nightmare. To be fair, it actually happens a lot, so you may want to avoid it in competitive play, but as far as the Solo King tournament, definitely something that can work out well.
Yep, I mean, he's doing a great job of mana management at this point too, not spamming out, using the fact that he has the 3 Dorans, but again, both Karma and Cassiopeia just horrendously good at keeping waves from pushing, so we're gonna see this one more than likely come down to CS. I don't see how they kill each other, quite honestly. Even with Cassiopeia's ultimate, it doesn't feel like it's enough to really break through the shields as well as the potential heals from the latch there from Karma. Oh, never mind.
Oh, there it is. It's gonna go in there. No stun off that petrifying gaze, and even with poison and twin fangs to trade that out there, BlisS kind of missing out on what might have been a kill opportunity had he landed that petrifying gaze.
Interesting. I don't know why they did that, but
Another tether down there onto BlisS. Hachani never really committing to all of these tethers that he throws out, so kind of questionable decision making. If you're gonna put him out there, might as well go for the follow-up damage. It's about as free as it gets here, knowing that BlisS empties his mana pool very quickly.
Yes. So what are we at? 62 to 54, an 8 creep lead for BlisS. He can't really be pressured by Hachani either. Hachani can't move up without risking taking poison damage. He's also out of consumables, and that's where things kind of get a little rough. Hachani did end up monitoring up the inner flame, but BlisS just kind of slithers away. He's got teleport back up too, so he can choose to just go back and teleport back to this lane.
Yeah, that is the big deal. The guy that uses teleport first actually has a really big advantage, because not only will he be able to come back to lane ahead of schedule, which will allow him to push turrets and deny experience and all those other fine accoutrements of life, it will give him the item advantage when he comes back in the lane. And that is going to be a very, very big deal. Coming back with a Hextech Hextech revolver, though, not an item I expected to see.
I mean, what you said with how the twin fangs can heal him up just a bit, it makes a lot more sense that he picks up that revolver there and just really becomes the sustained machine. Impossible to burst, and at least impossible to burst in the 1 versus 1 situation, but he's gonna be able to just stay through a lot of this stuff.
And at this point, going back to base here for BlisS, I'm not sure. Okay, he was just feigning that recall. I was like, I know you're out of mana, but look at the build for Hachani. Not only is he going to match ward for ward in the mid lane, he is also going to have bought 6 Doran's rings.
That's a lot of commitment, honestly. I don't know why you would do that, but let's see. BlisS gonna get hit up, Inner Flame, Mantra up, and just taking so much damage there. But Hachani can't really dive, hence.
And BlisS can't heal that back either because he doesn't have any mana to use Twin Fangs to get that health back off of the.
Why is he staying? That's pretty scary. I mean, he doesn't want to risk losing a lot of damage to the tower, but that's hurt.
At least desperately trying to pick up at least 1 CS for himself. He is ahead. 4 CS, which may not seem like a lot, but when it gets really, really close, down to that 100 CS mark, it's going to be what defines the game, and an Inner Flame Mantra up there. Hachani with the 1v1 victory. Hachani, the solo king, in our first game of this best of 3 series.
Interesting. I did not think that Mantra of Inner Flame would be enough, but it was. And I don't know what this is still playing. Oh, this is a replay. I was like, why is this still playing this?
It's just going to replay this. There is the tether to land. Mantra Inner Flame. So much damage. Turns out 6 Doran's rings. How you beat BlisS. Hachani. For KT Rolster able to pick up a game 1 win.